Welcome back to Sign and Slabbed, everyone. I am your host, David, and today we've got mail day for Friday, September 15th. I think I screwed up yesterday's video. I said it was Thursday, September 15th. It was actually the 14th. This was for Friday, September 15th. I checked the calendar to make sure. Um, those of you that have been following along this week probably noticed that I've had the same shirt on now 5 days in a row. Don't worry, I'm not actually wearing the same shirt every day. I recorded all these on Monday. Fun little internet trick, I guess I learned. No, but we're going to be up in Waco at Parents Weekend at Baylor University. See my son Jack, and hopefully cheer the Bears on to their first victory of the season against, I believe, Long Island University, which I assume that that's up in New York, so that will further my New York, Houston, Astros, Yankees, and now Baylor, Long Island, whatever they are, rivalries. So shout out to all you New Yorkers. We're going to heat you out down here in the 100-degree heat in Texas on Saturday. So speaking of college football, today's mail day is a group of college football tickets. This was a lot of tickets that I saw on eBay as I was searching for something specifically, and we'll come to that one at the end. But a fun group of Rose Bowl tickets. So let's get started. Here we've got the ticket stub from the 1967 Rose Bowl. And I should say, I think this sort of thing might be a really fun way to collect, especially if you have a university, you're an alumni, and if they have a good football program or a basketball program. One of the things that I do with Baylor is I've tried to collect all of the bowl game programs and the tickets, and in many cases the pennants that were at the bowl games that Baylor had been in from the beginning. But there was a time where I kind of collected a lot of the Blue Bonnet Bowl stuff because was played here in Houston. So anyway, put your thinking hat on, and I think if you're an alumni of a university that's gone to bowl games and other stuff, these are sometimes actually a pretty fun way to kind of collect your favorite school. So anyway, 1967 Rose Bowl, and you'll see some of these old tickets just have like some really great art on them. So here we have the 1969 Rose Bowl, and I think there were it looks like 3 stubs from that in the lot. I think that this was O.J. Simpson's last college game, so your Heisman winner, went out, I believe, with the loss in this game. But that's another fun way to collect this sort of stuff. I actually would, if OJ does another signing again soon, I'll probably send these in for that. Another fun way to maybe collect tickets, especially with the autographs, is try to get the MVPs on them. So anyway, next up, a ticket to the 1970 Rose Bowl. Then we have 1973. And as you can see again, like it's just some fun art on this stuff. I think they're very visually appealing, and you don't necessarily have to get all these things slabbed. They do, you can find the top loaders or the kind of bigger card savers. You could put them in those, but I think these could make, or you could even like try to collect the set of them and do maybe some sort of framed or otherwise type of display. But anyway, 1973 Rose Bowl there. 1980 Rose Bowl. This is a fun one, right? Granddaddy of them all, which is how we have known the Rose Bowl. So there you have the 1980. Next up, this is got a pair of these. This is the 1985 Rose Bowl, and again down there at the bottom, the granddaddy of them all. Fun history around the Rose Bowl. If you want to go look it up on Google, I had done that. to kind of get to know a little bit better. I went to see who is MVP in these games, who played anything sort of significant with each of these individual tickets. But the story around how the Rose Bowl came to be is actually pretty interesting. But I'm gonna make you go look it up. I'm not giving you that one for free. Sorry, I'm not gonna be your actual gopher for that information. Next up, 1988 Rose Bowl. You can see this is what what you're used to kind of seeing on the way in. Yeah, and I will say, the game is actually tied in with the Tournament of Roses parade, which is also, I know, a fun event for a lot of people to do. 1989 Rose Bowl had a pair of tickets for that one in the lot. The 1990 Rose Bowl, and again, traditionally your Rose Bowl would be your Big Ten and your Pac-10, 12 champ over the years, but not necessarily always. And then when the BCS era and whatever kind of came into being, the Big Four bowl games would sort of rotate the game each year. But anyway, 1990. Next up, 2009. I think this was maybe a championship game. I'm not for sure on that. Somebody would have to check me. Uh, this was no, I guess it wasn't. But it was written on the back SC 38, Penn State 24. But anyway, still pretty cool little ticket. And actually, I'm just noticing that now. Several of these have the scores and stuff on the back, which will get them an MK designation if you were to put them in a slab. But like I don't necessarily mind that kind of stuff. Like I mean, again, you're really like looking at the front of the ticket, and some of these are low enough dollar value I wouldn't actually even try to slab them. But this is the main guy from this lot that I wanted. Here you've got your 2006 Rose Bowl. This was the University of Texas versus the University of Southern California for the national title. This is your Vince Young Superman game. I honestly, it's maybe the best college game ever played. 100% in discussion for that. This is one of the most fabulous football games I think you'd ever see, where you had two teams that were just performing at a super high level, matched up, and I mean, it was like it was must see TV. Anyway, Vince does signings pretty consistently. So I have a couple of these already signed, but I'm not super happy with how they've come out. This is actually a very tough ticket to sort of get signed. Because you kind of want to do it um, paint pen. So, but I think black Sharpie will also work, but paint pen will pop. But because it is so glossy, as you can see, it actually you got to prep it right. Otherwise, it could really not look good. So anyway, I have a couple that I'm just not happy with. So I bought this lot specifically for this ticket. I may keep a couple of the others, but for the most part, this other group will be kind of back out for sale in my eBay store. I'll try to kind of parse them out, maybe one at a time for a little while. If that doesn't work, then I'll just offer them up in a lot. But the idea was that selling these back should, I think, actually get me this ticket for free. So it's not really free because I'll have to do a little bit of work. But I like to buy stuff in lots sometimes because it gives me a chance to sort of end up keeping something that I want for the cost of nothing if I'm willing to put in a little bit of effort to move the other things from the lot. So anyway, nice little collection of Rose Bowl tickets here for you on a Friday. So anyway, hope you like this kind of stuff. If you do, please hit subscribe, tell your friends, follow along. Would love to hear comments, and I hope you enjoy a great weekend. We certainly expect to up in Waco, and if you're getting out to your college campuses this weekend for football games, even better. Enjoy that. And we will see you again next week at Sign and Slab. Have an excellent weekend, everyone, and sick 'em bears.